What's up, everybody? And guess what? Take two is here. So we're going to do a little bit of a cover of take two and the priority of cards to grab while you're doing your 7 matches. And we're just going to cover the basics with it. All right, let's just drop right into it. So take two is a match format where you're going to build a 30 card deck by picking pairs of cards, then test it out against other players, battles until you get 7 wins or lose twice, and earn rewards based on that. All right, so this is how it's going to work. You're going to be able to pick your class that you're going to start, and it's going to give you options based on like a legendary or non-legendary, and you're going to pick those choices. Although you can play any other class, the class you pick determines the cards that you're going to appear, and so on and so forth. Pretty much what I just said. Okay, and you get to redraw here. 2 pairs of cards will appear on the screen at once. If you don't like the choice shown, you can redraw up to 2 times per attempt. Note that both pairs of cards will be redrawn. So here we are, and it's showing us a picture of what we kind of want or don't want. You can select it, and then if you don't want that, you can hit redraw, and it'll take away the points, and it shows us only having 1 more attempt at it, and then it gives us a different versions of this. All right, it's going to have a rank system based in the game, just like we already do right now. It's going to have its own separate, and you pair up against people based on your wins. All right, entering, there's a ticket that we got right now. I'm not sure about future tickets and how we're going to get them. Right now it's 1,000 rupees, or you can use 200 crystals. This is how you're going to pay to do it. Here is the rewards. And let's see, if you win twice, you get your entry back, which makes sense because 500 rupees, and then a pack is another 500 rupees, so this equals out 1,000. If you don't believe in the pack to be considered your value back in rupees, then you have to win 5 games to get back the actual cost of 1,000 rupees with the pack. Excuse me. So depending on how you feel about this might be a little steep, or you can think this is not steep at all. Personally, I think it's not too bad. If you're going to open packs, this is a great way to do it. Worst case scenario, when you do lose, you lose out 400 rupees. If you literally zero it out, you lose 400 rupees. So it's a little bit of a gamble. And if you win one, you lose 200 rupees. So I don't know anyone who went 0. It could happen. You could have a bad game. You could have an off game. So pretty much just winning 2 will do it for you. But you can literally just 0-2 your first rounds, and then you can't continue to have a chance. So for some people, might have some bad runs, and that's going to be a little bit of RNG putting these decks together. All right, let's jump. I don't want to keep talking about it. Now, this is what I did. So take this with a grain of salt. I took a picture of all legendaries and golds within the card pool that they are given. And I just pretty much circled on red being high priority, yellow meaning second priority, and then I left everything up to discussion. So Swordcraft cards to grab, you can see right here. I feel like Gino and Amalia are definitely worthy of grabbing. Gino is really powerful to begin with, always has been very powerful. Amalia is also very powerful from controlling and taking control of the board. I feel like the sniper is more prio than the Princess Knight, even though she's really good if something gets hit, but the sniper has a value where it can shroud itself later on, and it can just get rid of anything that's 5 HP or less. So I think those are more prio in my opinion. Just keep in mind though, with this, depending on what you get in draw, some of this might change priority for you building your deck, because you might want to go aggro abyss more than control. Maybe you want to do mid-range, so things are going to change up a bit. So I kind of took this with like a concept of an overall card and the power behind the card. So once again, here you see Cerberus is red, very, very powerful card, good swing. Gravy's red, clears board, good swing. Mookin's red because he can help between early, mid, and late to remove things off the board with evolving or banning and trading. So very strong as well. And then I have Jinsetsu as, even though it's a 9, it's a little bit later, can also be, depending on the game goes long enough, can be very strong to completely clear boards and take it back and heal yourself too. So I think those are some red cards, and I have some yellows. So if you want to just look at it, you can pause and see. Here's Forest Craft. I ran through, you know, Roach is ideal. Lily, I think, is really powerful and important. Being able to bring down whatever enemy to 1 HP and killing it on an evolve and get a free hit and then trade with something else, or get a Fury to attack it. Multiple ways you can do it. Guy with Staff, I think, is good, but I don't think it's absolutely brick your build for running for it, but it's still good, definitely good. So I put it yellow. We got the Queen Fairy, we got Lady of the Woods, pretty much to generate your fairies and go face. Very good, depending how your deck's going out. We got the Cynthia, very strong, good tempo. Ligma, questionable, but, you know, definitely can be something. All right, Dragoncraft. I X'd out what not to grab, and I kind of did a little highlighter with this. But Dragoncraft's kind of a little bit different, I think, with this deck, because you can play aggro, you can play ramp with the new cards. I don't know if this is even going to be relative or relevant in Take 2. It might be too much RNG to get Dragon ramped up, and it might be lower on the board to being a decent deck at all in Take 2. I can't give you a full weight opinion. I'm not a Dragon main, and I don't really play Dragon extremely that much. I face it, but I don't know how it holds up in Take 2. If you know, please comment below and let me know what you guys think about Dragon and where it belongs. But depending on how RNG plays and ramp, I just, you know, it could be completely a bad hand and GG and brick you, or it could be really good. I don't know. All right, going on the Rune. Rune is kind of, I felt the same way with that. Just like Dragon, you need some key puzzles, and I don't know how long they can control the game and last with only 30 cards instead of 40 cards. I'm not sure on how that works, so I put some things in here. Like I said, the 422, the Edelweiss Sage Light, I'm probably butchered that name. It's probably powerful now. Anna and Greya is probably still powerful. Kuan is probably still powerful. I don't see how they would lose it. Norman, still there. I think Demonic Call and Dimension. I'm not sure if Dimension, I feel like that's still bread and butter to it, unless you're going more of the Sigil base, and then you want this girl up here, Lil. But if we're still doing Dimension Climb, I'm not sure how powerful that's going to be and how well that's going to play out with 30 cards. I'm not sure if you're going to get the ramp for spell boosting. So once again, I can't fully count on it, so take this with a grain of salt. Juno might actually be red and be more powerful. All right, going into Havencraft, I don't think they sit too hot either in Take 2. I think they take too long to ramp with too much RNG, and you need all the pieces, and not being able to draw them as frequently. I'm not sure how they're going to play out, but this is kind of how I feel like Wilbert is probably going to still be very relevant. Salifa probably is still going to be very, very powerful still for the deck. Janna probably still powerful. Holy Vessel or Unholy Vessel, probably absolutely the clear the board. Now with 30 cards, I'm not sure if they're going to come by too. They're going to come quick, or is not going to work out because they cost so much, and you're pretty much done with the deck at the point you're at 10. So we'll see how Take 2 pans out. It could be more of a early game, mid game kind of style, and late game is not good in Take 2 due to only having 30 cards. We will see how this plays out, but aggression or aggro style decks might be superior. But I'm gonna do some testing over the week and maybe create some videos on the weekend about decks. But clearly right now what the community is saying is Sword is probably S tier right now, and it's very strong. But if you enjoy these videos and find them helpful, please give me a like, a sub, a comment, share it with your friends. It means a lot to me if you do, and I thank you very much for sticking around and watching these videos and help me out and supporting me. And as always, be more like water.